said, what?
How could they do something like that?
Are you serious?
What a thirsty MFer.
Not good. She's absolutely dead to me.
That's because she died.
I'm Sterling Mulberry.
And I'm Blair Payton. And welcome to
Bad Behavior, a morally questionable podcast.
We're two unqualified friends,
Two unhinged comedians,
determined once and for all what is good
and what is bad. Hello and welcome to Bad Behavior. I'm Sterling Mulberry.
And I'm Blair Payton.
Wow, it's fall, Blair.
Wow, oh my gosh, the way you said that, it felt like I was watching like a commercial for Sears.
Oh, Sears. You really haven't heard about them in a while.
Well, keep in mind, I'm like a million years older than you, so my references are a little dated.
Oh my God, you're not a million years. You know what? Actually, it was so funny. On Friday night, my friends and I, we went out to this bar and we're like showing the bouncer our IDs. And there's like these young boys kind of like hanging around. Mm-hmm. And they're also, I don't know why, looking at our IDs. This boy takes my ID and he goes, this is not even the bouncer. He goes, this is fake. This is fake. There's no way you were born in 1994. He goes, you guys are born in 2003. This boy was probably born in 2003. They were the youngest boys. They were probably outside because they couldn't get into a bar. And then literally my friends and I have to argue about how old we are. We're like, actually, babe, we're 29 to 30 years old. Okay. It's actually, we're very old. And I just love, anyways. So that's just to say that I guess you're a million years older than me, but not really.
Well, I love that you shared that story as a way to, remind me that age is just a number. But really, all I heard was just like,
what?
I'm still so young and I still have to prove how young I am. It's so hard.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, I never get carded. That hurts.
Yeah, it was fun. But then I was really hungover yesterday, even though I had to sit with
I feel like you rarely get hungover. What was that like?
But no, really? I actually feel like I'm always hungover.
Really?
I feel like I have one single drink, I'm hungover.
Oh, so it's just embarrassing. But what is your way?
No, it's embarrassing.
What is your way of handling a hangover? Like, what's your hangover cure?
Well, you'll never believe this. I went on a full-blown hike, 10 a.m. with my dear friend.
That's bullshit.
Up Runyon Canyon.
No,
2 hours.
No.
And then I went to another party and I drank
club
in the afternoon.
Party, another party.
Club. Hiking. I was on this hike and it was it's a hard hike, Runyon. I'm talking Runyon, but
you're
like
handling
going up the
hangovers
cliff.
wrong. You need to be at McDonald's and getting a quarter pounder large size with a Diet Coke to make it healthy. That's how you handle a hangover.
That does sound good.
Yeah.
I kind of went to Trader Joe's and got ingredients for salad, and I just had a salad.
Barf! What? You don't drink right nor handle it correctly.
I just am trying to, I don't know. Well, sometimes if I eat terrible, I feel worse sometimes.
No, that's never been the case for me. I had Taco Bell for lunch.
Really?
I feel amazing.
I would love to feel amazing after I ever ate. I feel like I have a disease where I could literally eat anything, I'm going to feel nauseous. I don't know. It's kind of that thing that's like you could go to the doctor, but it's like ultimately I'm not going to do that.
See, I have the direct opposite of that philosophy. I will have like a weird tick in my arm and I think it's cancer and I call the doctor.
So there's that. But yeah, I had an amazing time this
Did
weekend.
you? Everything you keep giving me feels like kind of bad.
I don't know. I've been really trying to put myself out there and go to things by myself, and it's so scary.
I know. I saw the dress.
I did that this weekend, and I think I have a few more even to do soon.
Can we talk about the dress you wore this weekend?
Yeah, sure. Shout out to my dear friend Kelsey for loaning me this huge, gorgeous kind of dress.
She went to a tea party. An
Yeah.
adult tea party.
Hey.
You did look like a child haunting a mansion in the 1900s. It was a specific look.
That's not really the dress's fault. That's the wearer's fault, which is me, because I couldn't pull it off. Like, I literally was like I've seen photos of my friend in the dress and I'm like, killed it.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I don't think of myself as like.
I mean, it's a cute dress. You just look, it looks like you're ready to go a haunting.
It's also hard to wear that dress at like 4 p.m. Like, it's like bright out.
For hot tea.
And also I was going to my neighbor's house, so I just walked right across my courtyard to her home.
Oh, great. I'm glad you got to go to a fancy party.
And you know what also is fun?
Okay.
Our guests today.
Ooh.
We have such
I bet they love tea parties.
I don't know. We'll ask. You know them from their absolutely hilarious show, Triple Auditions in New York. Please welcome the absolutely hilarious twins, Sabina and Annabel Meschke. Should we just do for our listeners really quick? I don't know if
Yes.
it'll help at all, but maybe you both could just say hello in your name.
Oh,
just so
that
maybe
would
we
help.
could get a little distinction because it is an auditory kind of medium. So
Of course.
Annabelle and Sabina, do you want to? I don't know if it'll
Yeah,
help,
yeah.
but maybe we'll try.
Hi, this is me. I'm Annabelle, and this is me. This is Annabelle.
Okay, girl, take it away. And now Sabina, actually.
So you guys have a show at Union Hall called Triplet Auditions.
Yes.
Now, going into the show, what do you look for as someone to be the third wheel, if you will, in your life?
I would say kind of just the most batshit energy possible.
Okay.
Just cuckoo banana. I guess like sometimes if people are like so deadpan and normal, that is scary like a killer, and I can't get into that. So I think just we are so cuckoo banana that we are looking for similar bananas in our bunch, I would say.
We do accept all flops as
We
well.
do, we accept all flops. You know, we
'Cause
welcome the flops.
Those are like the parasitic twins that we like consume in the womb, kind of.
Bring us your flops.
But what would be your ideal triplet? I'm asking because on the off chance I want to audition, because I have twin aunts. Well, they're dead.
That's the quirkiest. Okay, rest in peace.
I feel them. There's one of them is within each of us.
Yeah.
But no, growing up, I had twin aunts. They were Betty and Bonnie.
Wow.
Shut.
Yeah. And so I always wanted to have a twin, but the idea of having three of me at the time as a kid, I was like, ooh, that seems like fun. But now knowing me as an adult, I'm like, that's too much. But, you know, if I wanted to be a part of your triplet trifecta, like what is the ultimate gold standard for that position?
Damn.
That's a hard question.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
We ask the
where
hard
it's
questions here.
Of course. This is
In
journalista.
Yeah.
In true Gen Z, the future liberals want fashion, everyone who auditions to be a triplet is a winner, and they're in the womb. They get into the womb just by being there.
However, I
You
would
wanna-
say a big part of kind of our little secret demonic brains is that we love kind of consuming like really crazy, like cringe content that is brainworms from hell.
Okay.
And so I would say kind of a triplet, if you want to be our triplet, you got to get with our cringe is what I'm saying.
I got some cringe. My dad's a preacher. And when I was a kid, I did religious mime.
Wow! Yeah.
Yes!
Our mom put us in improv classes at age 8, so that's almost as bad.
Okay, great.
Religious mime. Oh, that's so
Religious mime.
Ooh, it's bad.
What does
you're
that
just-
mean? You like mimed doing the Bible?
It means I was not popular at all.
Here we go.
One time our mom sent us to a camp, summer camp during the day that was a sports camp. Already know from me.
Yeah, we never
And
done
then, never even looked at a ball in my life. And
This was like our
Then-
mom enacting her midlife crisis upon us by
well, she was
suddenly
like, yeah,
signing
maybe
us.
I don't know, let him kick a ball around or something. And then it was called sports time, but my mom kind of failed to realize that the T was a cross. So it low-key was a sports camp that also was Christian boots.
Yeah.
And they every day at lunch we had bag time, which stood for
Yeah.
be alone with God. And Annabelle and I were just like, what?
We would just sit next to each other, and if we stayed quiet the whole time. If
We stayed quiet, and I
with
was
God,
like, when can I
they
eat
gave
my
us-
Skittles?
exactly, they gave us Skittles
Yeah.
if you were quiet with God.
Mm.
But also, I'm like, if the Holy Spirit's really taking me, I have to be speaking Latin backwards.
Were they only the
That
red
sort of
Skittles
mind.
for Blood of Christ?
In Florida, that's what we have.
Okay.
Now, this podcast is all about kind of different styles of conflict, how we're kind of overcoming it. And I had heard, and I don't know if it's still the case, that you guys see a couples therapist, couples counselor
Yes.
together. Is that,
Yes,
are you
do.
still seeing them?
Yes, we certainly are.
She's the real
And-
triplet.
How has that been going? How's your journey been kind of going together?
I feel like it's just keeping us coasting at loving each other so crazy style, normal style, actually normal.
Uh-huh.
Normal, it's normal and we're normal. Recently Annabelle had COVID, the artist also known as Covini to us, we say.
I
Covini.
literally have my positive test here next to me.
But she's not, it's old, don't be scared.
Oh, okay.
But
I was going to say, wow, you're so brave for doing a podcast with COVID.
don't cough into the computer. So basically Annabelle had a bit of Covini, and so we didn't see each other for like a week and some change. And I was like, just openly telling people, I'm like, yeah, obviously I miss her so much, and we FaceTime every day, multiple times a day, and this is the second longest time we've ever been apart, and people would express concern. And I was like, don't be concerned, we're normal. But something about our couples therapist that we actually love is that, well, Annabel, do you want to do the reveal?
Well, our couples therapist that we have, she herself is a twin, which is crazy.
She didn't tell us that until we had been seeing her for like how long? Like a year?
Yeah, like a long
wow.
time. And she was like, I just never knew when to bring it up. And I was like, I want to know everything about you.
It was really beautiful. But
it's fraternal.
Her twin is boy, which is allowed.
That's allowed.
But that feels very different, probably.
It's a little bit,
that's a different culture.
Sick, but I'll allow it.
What made you guys decide to go to see a counselor together?
It was like, because I feel like it was just, we see individual therapists as well. And we're a big therapy family. Our mom used to be a therapist as well.
Lucky.
And I know, but that doesn't stop her from being insane.
Okay,
so it's actually crazy when the monkeys sort of run the circus, so to speak, in her. But oh my god, literally, what was I just
what made us go to couples therapy?
Oh yeah, it was because it's like we work together and we want to like, there's just, I don't even know, we just wanted to give ourselves the best shot.
When you were searching for, did you audition kind of a few different therapists for you both to go to, or did you kind of find this girl and be like, this one's it?
Actually, I was gonna say, because I completely deleted from my brain the kind of wicked couples therapist we had for a while before we had the one that we have now.
The wicked couples therapist.
She was a bit wicked, and she just like was really a piece of work. She studied acting in college, didn't we all? You know, but I was kind of like, hey girl, you better be a real therapist. She was, I think, but also her other job that she had back in the day was that she was a
past life expert
on a show about possessed children.
Yes.
Oh, that's
I feel
fun.
like I have enough space from that to watch it now, but at the time she was like, we should watch it, and I was like, no. I don't.
She told you to watch it.
Yeah, she told us about that. Which Sabina says that's a billable hour for
That's
us.
Hustle culture. She's just got to promote her other side work, you know.
Her other gigs.
I don't think therapy pays a whole lot, you know. So you got to get the money where you can.
Well, we were definitely paying her a fuck ton of but therapy might not pay, but we were paying.
It became like just a acrimonious. It felt like a divorce. When
we had a messy breakup with that one.
How'd you break the news?
Well,
it was on our birthday.
Yeah. I just remember it was on our birthday, and she like wouldn't reschedule, and we were like so done with her.
We were like, it's literally the day of our birthday. We're literally begging you, please.
And she said that like she refused to do like every other week, and she was like, it won't work if we do it every other week. And I was like, it's already not working because you're telling us that you speak to ghosts, and also you mailed us your book that's just called, well, I won't say what it's called.
No.
No free promo.
No free promo.
No free promo. But I did read it. I read the book.
How was the book?
The thing about me is that,
okay.
All right.
Hey.
It was just like, you know, it opened with like a metaphor about a swan with one leg representing grief. And I was like,
give it 2 legs. Give it 2 legs.
Give it 2 legs. Give it 2 legs. Give this one 2 legs. But
our styles just simply did not align. And then we found this new girl, queen, boss, tatted up, lives in Brooklyn, literally the coolest bitch in the world.
She has a freaking septum piercing, so I trust her with my life.
Literally,
I've been hearing so much about everyone having these cool therapists, and I also broke up with my individual therapist a few months ago and got a new therapist. And my old therapist was like, she just felt too similar to my mom, and that she would always just be like, oh, whatever, you're fine.
Okay, I've never broken up with a therapist. I'm the one who typically just kind of ghosts them. What is that process like?
I kind of was cheating on my original therapist. Maybe this is bad. I was kind of started seeing my new therapist while I was still seeing my old therapist because I needed a second therapist's help determining how to break up, because I also didn't know. Because I have a lot of friends that are like, oh, you just like ghost them. And I was like, this woman won't let me go. She won't let me go. She has my credit card information, and if I ghost her, she'll just keep charging me. So I actually have to like put it in writing.
Could you not cancel the credit card?
I guess I.
That's crazy.
I'm just all about avoiding conflict.
Could you not join witness protection?
I mean, I could have easily done that.
Yeah.
But I started seeing a new therapist, and then I just basically, she kind of just enabled me maybe, no, not too much. But she was like, you're paying her and literally no way that you choose to do it is wrong. And I was like, period. So
the place where I do my therapy, this Sabina's new therapist is from my therapy store.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. The practice.
And so is our couples therapist. Annabelle, you're kind of giving them so much business.
I'm literally their number one customer.
You are just so messed up that they know they can milk you to death.
Yeah, and they can, and they will.
But I sent my therapist an email being like, I feel as though we have grown together as much as we can.
But
I feel as though I have to go in a different direction in order to continue my journey and stuff like that. And she was like, totally, that makes sense. Okay, that's true. She was like, I was scared that she would be like, no! But she is ultimately fine.
Feel the whoa with Listerine at BJ's. You can save $2.50 now on Listerine products like Total Care Anti-Cavity Fluoride Fresh Mint Mouthwash or Cool Mint Pocket Packs Fresh Breath Strips at your nearest BJ's location. Experience the feeling of a million germs zapped in seconds with Listerine. Discount available through December 24th. Save now only at BJ's.
Don't forget that your skin is your largest organ, and the sun can be your skin's worst enemy. Dermatologist recommended Neutrogena products offer the ultimate protection for your skin. From makeup remover wipes to Hydro Boost Water Gel Facial Moisturizer, BJ's has your entire lineup of Neutrogena skincare products. And now through December 3rd, save $4 on any Neutrogena product at BJ's. Love your skin back and save now through December 3rd, only at BJ's.
So we have a little game kind of based on a little bit of the premise of your short, which is kind of discovering or getting money that's kind of you think is a blessing, but is like, oh, how are we going to deal with this a little bit?
Yeah.
And so in your short, your two characters discover a whole truckload of pennies.
Yes.
But in this game, you're going to be discovering things like that, but a little different. Okay. So this game we have is called Heaven or Hell. So we're going to present different scenes or scenarios in which you're going to be receiving different kinds of payments or money. And if that sounds like heaven, and this is for you yourselves, not your characters. If that's heaven, hell, or if you're kind of indifferent, purgatory, you go straight into method acting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are.
A friend giving you a $25 gift card for Reformation. Heaven.
Oh wow, hell.
Yeah, that's
you could buy the bag that they put the clothes in when they give it to you. Maybe.
You could buy
a shoelace. You could buy a shoelace.
You could buy a 16th of a sunglass.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that reminds me of recently a friend of mine was on a flight and there was a woman breakdancing next to him the whole flight, and he ended up getting arrested and taken off the plane in handcuffs. And they gave him a $25 gift card to for American Airlines or something. And he was like, what am I gonna buy with this? Peanuts?
Wait, the guy who got kicked off?
It was the woman sitting next to him was just breakdancing so ferociously and wouldn't stop the whole flight. And
seated?
He was like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, it was just popping and locking and elbowing my friend. And then threatened a flight attendant and literally flicked off a flight attendant and was like, I'm going to do whatever I want. I can break into my seat. And then when they land.
Only if you're in first class, babe.
Arrested boots. Yeah, if you have extra leg room, you can be popping and locking. In economy, no one dances. No one dances in economy.
Did she have headphones in at least listening to music?
And I would kill to know what she was listening to. I would actually kill in cold blood to know what
she was listening to this podcast.
Okay, winning a canoe in a raffle, which you'll have to then figure out how to store in your apartment. So you do get a canoe, but you have to figure out the storage of it.
Wow. That's honestly hell to me because when I hear get a canoe, that doesn't feel good to me.
Really?
It feels like an assignment of a lifestyle I did not.
That's not. I feel especially in New York, it's where am I canoeing?
I'm also much less of an outdoor cat. Sabina's more of an outdoor cat.
I see. To me, that's purgatory because I'm okay,
I need to see a toilet.
It's a fun. Now I'm okay. I'm not oh great, where can I canoe? I'm oh great, where can I canoe?
Immediately I'm like, a million spiders are going to be in that canoe faster
Oh,
than you
I
can say.
hate that.
You win a canoe full of spiders in a raft.
I mean, a canoe and a canoe full of spiders, it's the same thing.
Well, and also, what is the maintenance like?
Probably once you get it out of the water, there's got to be some sort of, you got to do something to it.
Yeah, because you
so
know
that
how you like polish a surfboard? Is that the same?
Yes.
You don't have to do that.
Okay.
I don't think this.
Okay.
I will say this.
Big
This
surfboard.
scenario is from my life. I actually I want a kayak, so a little different.
Wow.
Raft.
Show 'em the
As
kayak.
a kid.
It's under her
But
bed.
yeah, where is it?
Well, here's the crazy thing. It was when I was like a kid, so I was at my parents' house, so like we're in the suburbs.
Well,
But
that
we were still
rocks.
like, what
To
the
be a
hell?
kid winning a kayak, that's like $1 million.
I know. I was like, okay, I absolutely slayed, but we actually had to drive that kayak all the way down to Florida because that's kind of where a body of water is. Because
Yes.
my grandparents' house is in Florida, and so
Nice. So is
now
it? Yeah.
that kayak actually lives there now.
Wow.
And but it was even for us, even the suburbs with a car. We said, what are we gonna do with this?
Now suddenly you're the owner of a goddamn boat. What the hell?
I know.
Number 3, a friend giving you a roll of quarters for your 25th birthday.
I actually think heaven because there's laundry in my basement that takes quarters. So I'll actually thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, friend.
I think I would say purgatory because I don't have laundry in my building. So I just, and coins, I put them all
But
in like
I know, but history
box.
forgets that it takes but 4 quarters to make $1.
$1.
Mhm.
Everyone says
And
That's
that.
true.
real, and that's
true. I
money.
remember that.
That's funny.
History.
People
Yeah.
are the Illuminati's trying to conceal that from us. And they're trying to take that power away from the people.
Sleepy Joe Biden does not want you to know that 4 quarters make $1. They don't.
He
want
doesn't.
to know that.
He's actually banking on people not understanding this.
I don't even actually know that he knows that. So actually, I don't blame him for keeping that from us because
A
he might
quarter
not.
back in his day was worth a whole lot more.
Yeah.
Well, he's
Yeah.
going to find out after he listens to the show. He's a big fan.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
He'll realize. He'll learn today.
Joe. CP Joe.
Okay, receiving $5 off your next movie ticket if you just write a little review of the movie.
That could be heaven to me depending. I mean, it doesn't even depend on the film because I'm not going to go see a movie in theaters if I'm not passionate for some reason one way or another. That's essentially being a paid writer. And the strike is over.
That's
So-
a gig.
Oh,
That's
that's
a gig is a
true.
gig.
And you can put that on your resume. And you have a link to it. It's published work.
Literally.
Have you, when you come to LA, you've been to LA?
Yeah.
I feel like there's huge movie culture here in a way that when I lived in New York, I was like, a movie's like 4 times a year. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's like an event, but we're not going all the time. In LA, and I try to communicate this. I'm like, everyone's like, but you're a writer. I'm like, yeah, but we don't go to the movies in New York. I'm like, and
It's
everyone's trying to go multiple
$1,000.
times. Everyone's trying to go multiple times a week here, and I'm like, there's other activities.
I have to
Actually,
pay
have a dear
rent.
friend. She's listening. I know
Yeah.
to the podcast. She went to see 4 movies this week.
This week?
How many movies? Yeah, the strike's over. Get back to work.
Get back to work. Oh my god.
It's just so funny because I like try to communicate this, and everyone's like, "No, but the culture here is you're seeing a movie every day." And I was like,
Mm.
I don't know. And everyone's like,
That
"You
doesn't
hate-
sound
You
legal."
hate film, and I'm like, I don't hate it. It's just like we don't do that in New York. It's kind of once,
No.
right? Do you agree or disagree?
I agree because I very rarely, I feel like I was never seeing movies until now one of my besties has like, I think like the Regal Pass or whatever. And so it's like, but we mostly only go see horror movies when they come out.
We had Movie Pass in college when it was like the first iteration of
but
it.
that was like, we got peer pressured into that because I was being a
I
film major at the
got
time.
Movie Pass and then it went away. So I literally only saw one movie with Movie Pass, and it was Happy Time Murders, the movie with Melissa McCarthy and those puppets.
Wow, that's crazy.
God bless.
Back when you could see like when they was like Lawless,
Ugh.
that was the craziest, most
Yeah.
Hunger Games ass time to be in and around the Tisch building. And then when you like, oh my, it was radioactive. It was insane. We had friends that would just see like we had a friend that saw Moonlight like upwards of 15 times just for fucks.
So your last question, the big shebang.
Ooh.
A regular customer tipping you at your coffee shop in $2 bills.
It has happened before. The same customer twice has tipped with $2 bills.
Okay.
And I say heaven because I had never interfaced with a $2 bill before. I feel like it was everybody growing up would be like, my grandmother gave me a $2 bill.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
It's
I have
real.
one on my literally desk
Wow.
because
I'm seeing a celebrity.
it's my friend gave it to me.
Who's on
in,
that
I
mug?
think Jeffers.
No, that's not right.
It is right. It is
Is
right.
Okay, well then I don't know history.
I just recognized him by face as well. I didn't even read Jefferson.
Wow.
Wow, you recognized him by your face. That's
Yeah.
Big history fan.
Yeah.
And my friend gave it to me when she was giving me change for something like absolutely upwards
How
of
the
5 years
hell?
ago.
Who has this?
And I kept it to this day.
I have.
Our
It's
friend
just on
Sabrina.
your desk.
Shout out Sabrina. Because I did have it. It was shoved into my abacus. But then I took my abacus down to hang up
to do some quick math.
my South by Southwest Black.
Oh, nice.
You got
You
it.
gotta have your self-esteem wall.
Oh, I love
I
that.
hope I didn't fuck that up. Anywho, that's
So those
my
are
$2 story.
that's heaven for both of you.
have been.
I would say heaven.
Wow.
Now,
then
are
I
you
would
going to
just-
spend,
and-
Annabelle, are you going to spend that $2 bill or are you going to keep it?
I think I'll probably just keep it my entire life
Okay.
until I get more.
Okay, fair.
See, I have two,
Until-
so I'm like, maybe I spend one of them.
Do it.
Because then you'll just contribute to like putting more magic and whimsy into the world.
Yeah.
Wait, randomly, I also would say heaven for something else that happened with regards to a dollar bill
Okay.
at my job, which is that one time there was a teenager who came in and used the fakest $20 bill I've ever seen to buy an ISO latte. And I was like, honestly, because I guess, okay, so here's the thing. I was like, okay, I'm going to give it to you because what he was like looking around all nervous. And then
You're like, I'm not a cop.
the 20 literally said like replica on it. And I just was like, LOL. And I just gave him change. But I was like, here's the thing. It's like, if you wanted to scam me, well, here's kind of, I'm giving tips. If you wanted
I'm
to
taking
scam me
notes.
with a $20 bill, first of all, I know that it's not a real 20, but it's like, I don't get paid enough to give a hoot. And also, like, if you're gonna scam me, just get a drip coffee. Then you get more change back. If you're getting an $8 latte and you're using a fake 20, it's like you can get like ask if you could buy a cup of ice. Like I don't know, like
Make the
but
math.
So we were like, exactly. And I was like, you know what? He went to all this trouble to come in here with his little fake 20, and I'll give him his fucking latte.
And he wanted his alternative milk.
He wanted his iced oat latte very specifically, and I was like, God bless you, sir.
Wow.
But yeah, if people like, there was also a time where someone came in and they had made a photocopy of our punch cards, and they had just punched. It was black and white, and they punched all the holes like with a different hole puncher than ours is like shaped like a little dog bone because we are right near a dog park, and they used like a different heart shaped hole puncher. And I was like, you did crafts for this, and so I'm gonna give you a free coffee because you filled your card.
Yeah.
But you literally, I was like. Anyway, it was really, really interesting, and they were just so confident that I had to kind of give them.
Watching someone put in the effort is heaven.
You know what I see? I see a living angel.
That's some religious mime coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really
That's my daddy. That's my daddy.
Feel the whoa with Listerine at BJ's. You can save $2.50 now on Listerine products like Total Care Anti-Cavity Fluoride Fresh Mint Mouthwash or Cool Mint Pocket Packs Fresh Breath Strips at your nearest BJ's location. Experience the feeling of a million germs zapped in seconds with Listerine. Discount available through December 24th. Save now only at BJ's.
So you're both here today, and I think you know why. You have a story about maybe a time that it was hard to tell if you're in the right or the wrong. So whenever you're ready, please take it away.
I'll let the perpetrator.
Oh.
Wow, already setting the scene.
Perp walk.
Basically, what happened was kind of, okay, so Annabel and I didn't get our licenses until we were, I think, 17 maybe. And so we only had a car for like a few months and then went to college in New York. So that was awesome.
Damn,
But
that was
those few months of driving, we tore up the road, but we're safe and stuff like that. And there was one particular time. Oh, I also have always kind of been a phone case wallet kind of girl. And even I guess nearly 10 years ago, I was that kind of girl. And so I would always forget my wallet. If I had like an actual wallet, I would always forget it. You know, often would be, oops, no proof, but maybe I was driving without a license half the time.
Uh-huh.
No one knows. No one knows.
And it was my mom and I have been trying to get Sabina to carry a goddamn purse for
I'm now
so
big,
long.
look at all those purses. I'm a purse girl now.
Wow, yeah.
I've changed.
You've had to, because you can't just walk around bald and naked with all your shit.
There was even in college,
to
I
your
was so
body.
not a purse girl that anytime I would bring a bag somewhere, I would leave it there and then freak out. But
Absolutely not. Also, let it be known that especially during this time of our driving career, which was famously historically short-lived, I do technically have a license. Don't know why they don't retest you to drive.
Well, in Florida,
Anyway.
they also don't make you learn how to parallel park. Wacko.
Yeah. Because we don't have that. But we kind of do. But anyway, we would drive to school every day, me and Sabina. And I'd say even to this day, dare I say, Sabina asserts that she is the good driver, the better driver. And I don't think that's the case.
I'm not going to blow up anyone's spot, but I've had people endorse that.
No.
Like who?
Yeah.
I just kind of people that have ridden in car with us.
What kind of experience are you? Whoa, okay. You know what? Let's back away from this question. Let's back away from the question.
Annabel's threatening us.
It's provoking.
It's a lighter.
So we're on the road. Picture this: you're in the car with us.
Okay.
Close your eyes. We're in the car.
Can I ask which one's driving?
My ass.
Sabina's white ass.
My I was sitting my white ass down and listening at the wheel. And we were driving, and kind of tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. The light was yellow, and then it did that thing where it becomes red. Okay?
Yeah, but we're dreamers. We're Pisces.
We're dreamers. We believe in I put my faith in religious mime at that
We
time.
see the potential.
Yes.
And
yes.
I prayed that the light would remain as yellow as it were when I began to speed through the intersection.
Sure.
But God turned a deaf ear to my prayers that day. And the light did turn red, and at the speed of light, the police were behind me.
The JPD, the Jupiter Police Department.
I got so scared, tears shooting out of my eyes. I was like, what the hell? Why? Just let me go!
Have the sirens gone on?
Yes, we will. I was scared.
I honestly, at that point, felt nothing, because I was saying,
Annabel
God,
said,
take me.
well, I'm butting a couple of us. Not even. She was ready to turn me in. But I said, no. I was, so I'm getting pulled over. I realized, Skedio. I recently changed phone cases, and girl, I don't have a license on me, and I'm driving, and I'm getting pulled over by the police right now. And so I said, what any thinking woman would say is, Annabel, give me your license right now. And so she was in the passenger seat. I was like, I didn't
want to do it, but
I was like, what are you gonna they're gonna put me in jail. It's like, also our mom would have killed us so deep if she had known this happened. We didn't tell her until years and years later. But basically I was like, give me your license. She gave me the license. I gave her license.
And I was like, no. And at the time also, we were in high school, and it was like, we looked so much more alike in high school. It was so fucking funny. And at the time, we had never felt like we looked more different in our lives. Like now, if someone calls me Sabina, this is also a moral thing that we wanted to bring up to you guys afterwards, is if someone calls us or the wrong twin, or thinks they're talking to their twin, we do not hardly ever correct people, because it's like, you know what? It's like, that's just going to turn your day all upside down.
If they're just diving in, it's like, I'll pretend.
Yeah. But so at that time, we were like, we look clearly so different. We look completely different.
Yeah.
My hair's long
Annabelle
and
was like,
hers are
it's
short.
not going to work. I was like, girl. Okay.
Reader, I've also flown using your ID, I believe.
Yes, you have. So I think we're even. Steven.
Identical twins could be anywhere.
Anywhere you look. So pretty much I gave the cop her license, and I was like, I don't know. I owe you in some way. And
sorry.
But then, Annabelle, you were going to act like you haven't cashed in on that. Girl, yes, the hell you
No,
have.
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Girl, stop.
Because I have never gotten in trouble with the law and needed to throw you under the bus.
That's what it means to get to me to give you something in return. I don't think you have to frame me for a crime in return. Anyway.
Potato.
Well, too late.
There was no points on her license. Literally, we just got off with a warning, verbal warning. No, there was no paper trail. And they let us just drive right along home, and no one was in trouble, and no one went to jail. And
until now, what's the statute of limitations?
Until now,
should we look?
So basically that's what happened, and I think that I was acting out of self-defense. I was standing my ground.
So the question is, who's kind of like, is it you versus each other or you versus the law? Both of you versus
It's always us versus the law.
Like, how should we debate our topic? Should it be Annabelle? Do you feel like she shouldn't have put you in that position? That was too much to ask.
In every situation, I am against the law.
Well, Annabelle, I know, but also I feel as though clearly
I'm actually goody two shoes.
You still hold a grunge. You still hold a grunge.
No, I actually don't. I do think, though, if we were in like the exact same situation, I would never be so irresponsible.
You would not. You would not ask me for my license. You would let a police officer school you for driving without a license. We just
wouldn't get into that situation because I stay having my license.
I know. Well, now me too, because I have phone case wallet that I will never get rid of.
Can I ask, is this bringing up old wounds that you're going to have to address in counseling?
Yes, and that's why.
Definitely tapping. We'll be hitting up Miss Couple.
Absolutely.
Girl.
But literally, it was just so funny at the time.
It is between me and Annabelle. That's what I think. Because
yeah, sure.
You think I owe you, but I think it was net.
I think it wouldn't be
neutral.
I think it wouldn't be out of the question if we were to get into some minor legal trouble, and it would take. It would be, so I cannot think of a parallel situation to save my life. Because I'm like, what would I get in trouble for? Weed is legal in New York. I have no problems, no worries at this point. And that means New York is perfect and all.
No,
the law is perfect. Wait, what'd you say?
I was like going to say maybe you would get in trouble for smoking outside at the school of the kid you been.
I've never smoked near that campus ever. Well, no, I haven't.
Right, so Sabina, my question basically is this: after this incident, were you? I guess it's a two-part question. One, did you start driving more? Like, did you then become phone case, purse, ID girl? Did that change your behavior, or did you stop running yellow to reds?
I definitely was more careful with yellow lights. I treated yellow as though she were red. And also was always trying to keep, even if I didn't have my little cards on me, I would try and have my license on me no matter what. But then that became tricky because then even if I didn't have a wallet phone case, I would just have my loose license. It's like, get a wallet, girl. But I did not.
Get a wallet.
Ultimately, get a wallet. But
but it's like, what does a teenager need a wallet for? We don't have any money.
There's a siren outside. They're arresting me. They found me.
We actually do the show live. So.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. They heard me.
That's how long it took the Jupiter Police Department to drive all the way up.
Get away.
So do you feel like this incident kind of scared you straight? Like it was like that TV show?
I was so
you were so scared you became straight.
It made me straight.
That's the big question on our podcast. Is this scary that you became straight? So you do think this kind of impacted you, that your behavior did ultimately change?
Yes, now I always keep that thing on me, and the thing is my driver's
now there's one less dangerous criminal on the streets.
Yes, of course. There's one less 16-year-old that's going to blast through an intersection without a license.
I mean, honestly, that is like a leading cause of death in this country.
To be fair, I ultimately floored it. I knew that I was playing with
and
fire.
Also, back then, I remember back then it was, now, of course, our prefrontal cortexes are as hard as a rock.
Yeah.
And,
that's what they do. They harden like a rock.
Harden up like a rock.
Yeah.
And turn completely smooth. All the wrinkles work themselves out. They go away. But we, at the time, were very emotional drivers, emotionally loaded and vocal drivers, and physically active drivers as well. We were not afraid to hit each other at the wheel.
Wow.
No. We would just hit each other. And our friend in the back seat he was so scared.
Well, no, we were normal.
But anyway, so I know for a fact that as we were going through that yellow light, we were screaming bloody murder. We were because Sabina would always, when she's making a driving decision that is not confident in, she goes, I'm doing it!
Yeah.
I'm doing it!
Of course. So as I was flooring it, I was kind of ultimately screaming, I'm doing it, I'm doing it. So I did kind of know that I was playing with the law.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is hard. This is hard because on this podcast, we usually take the side of the law.
I have a different take.
Yeah, what? I'm still formulating, so you go.
You're still formulating. Okay. So after hearing your story, I think it's a clear cut. Someone was good and someone was bad. Okay.
Oh.
And I think the bad one, obviously, is Sabina. Because you put your passenger at risk just so you could get through a stoplight on your way to school. And then you pressure her into saying, give me that so I can lie and get you in trouble, ruin your record. Meanwhile, Annabelle's like, no, sis, I don't feel right about it. It scares me a little. Even just now, I heard in her voice where she's just like, I don't think she got that apology she needed to move forward in life. So I think she's good.
That's fucking right.
That is my take. But Sterling, what say you?
I'm sobbing.
I just want you to know, Annabelle, you're seen in this moment.
Thank you so much.
Here's the thing. You guys are, would you say this is correct? Maybe a comedic duo. Would you say that terminology is correct? Okay.
As well as a dramatic one.
Yeah.
And if there's one thing that we were taught in all levels of UCB, it's that you gotta have each other's back. You gotta have each other's back. And I think in this scenario, Sabina made a move. A dramatic one, screaming and running a light. And ultimately, you asked your sister, and ultimately one day, comedic duo scene partner, to have your back, to say, hey, ultimately, what if Sabina had not had her license, okay? And said to the police officers, I don't have it. And then all of a sudden, that rippled, right? She had maybe to do community service. Maybe she actually couldn't leave the state of Florida. Maybe this judge really penalized her. All of a sudden, Annabelle's like, I'm off to college. Sabina's like, well, I don't know what to do for this. I have prison.
Yeah.
I have prison.
Annabelle's at NYU saying, I wish there was somebody who could be my comedy partner, but I don't have one. All of a sudden, your lives are diverging. And if only you had kind of done a small risk. And I think my position's always been like, you should be doing a little bit of illegal activities at 17. I was doing crazy stuff. First week I got my license, I ramped up Jesse McCartney's Leavin', and I was waving to my crush, no hands on the wheel, and I almost killed all of my friends. But I didn't. I just went over a curb and popped out on my tires. And you know what?
That's what driving in high school is all about.
That's what it's all about. It's a
reminder of
having little accidents to be like, that was the stupidest thing. But you have to remember, no frontal cortex. I mean, that is not formed. That really is not formed.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going good behavior because ultimately she did change her behavior pattern. It also sounds like there was a little TSA tit for tat involved in the future. That things kind of, it wasn't like it's always maybe, right? You will kind of resolve some things in that way. So I think I'm actually going good.
Wow.
So Blair and I are ready to split. And what happens when we come to a split decision is we ask our guests, which we've never done for two guests. I don't know how it's going to work yet.
You have
to finally
do your argument, but speak at the same time.
Basically, plead your final case to the judges, aka us, and to either plead that you think you guys deserve to be good, deemed good, or bad.
I'd say if we're now grouping us both together, initially we were against each other, but together as a front, I think we were both good. We both did what was good in the moment.
I think that as well, but I also think that on the flip side of that coin, but the same coin of good, I was bad and became good, but Annabelle was good, and now is bad. No, we're all good. Everyone's good, I think.
But evil.
She taught me how to have my license on me. And if I'm
the law should teach you that. The law should be teaching.
Well, they don't have law that much in Florida, so I didn't learn from the law. But I think that we both, whether we were born good or we were made good, we ended up.
We had each other's backs, and we didn't lick the boot.
We did not lick the boot. I said, no, I'm going to lie to a police officer. I'm underage. I'm
no boot licker. I'm lying to the cops and doing crimes.
I said a cab, and I hit the gas. And so I think ultimately we're good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, Blair, did that win you over, Blair?
Can I just tell you, hearing both of you speak so passionately was oh God, I rarely get this emotional when I see such family love coming together in a way that not a lot of people have. So with that, You two son of a guns are good behavior.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Sabina and Annabel, you've been officially deemed good behavior. We have kind of a little acceptance speech for you all to read that we've written for you today.
Yeah, because we know, like, when you win such a prestigious award as this, it can be hard to formulate, like, the thoughts you need to say to accurately say thank you. So we've helped you with that.
Okay,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sabina, do you want to do? You can do the first half, and I'll do the second half.
Okay, but I think we should say the first word together.
Okay. Wow.
We really did not see this coming. Not at all. We actually called her publicist right before this, and she said we had, in her words, no shot in hell. Which is weird, because now it seems like our publicist doesn't believe in us at all. And of all people, our publicist, they're sure believing us.
I mean, we pay her. So Carol, that's her name, we know you're listening, and we hate to do this, but you're fired. We look like idiots not having a speech prepared, and that's your job. So thank you guys so much for this reward, and Carol, don't bother speaking to us again.
Wow.
Carol.
Wow.
Fuck
We
off,
learned
Carol.
how both today to fire your therapist and your publicist.
And your
publicist.
Guys, this was really a teaching moment for us.
Wow. I learned a lot as well about the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Well, this was truly so fun having you both on. Before we wrap up, can you tell listeners where to follow, find you?
Yes, we have a monthly show famously at Union Hall every third Friday of each month at 10 p.m. And our
Called Triplet Auditions. If we already said them.
follow on Instagram at Triplet Auditions. My Instagram is at Sabina Lily. Annabelle's is at Arms and Legs. But follow me, not her, because she has more followers than me, and I'm trying to catch up.
Guys, follow her. She needs it. I
Thank
don't
you.
need it. I don't even care about it. And she craves it and needs a validation.
And that's our show. Thanks so much for listening today.
We absolutely hate to do this. We hate it.
But it would mean the world to us if you can subscribe to the podcast wherever you get podcasts, rate and review.
Follow us at Bad Behavior NYC on Instagram and TikTok. Thanks again for listening.
And remember, whatever your moral status, we are always here to judge.
Bye.
Do you think that was good?